Join ForumIAS Academy, trusted by hundreds of toppers, including IAS Rank 1 Shruti Sharma.
Good evening, aspirants. Welcome to the Hindu News Analysis discussion brought to you by ForumIAS for the date 16th of June 2023. These are the list of news articles for today's discussion. We will be covering 5 topics, each from governance, international relations, health, science and technology, and a topic from security aspects. So alongside this, we will also be covering 2 previous year prelims questions at the end of the discussion. So with this straight away, let us move to our first article of the day. First topic, Code Red. The push for uniform civil code should not become a divisive tool. The news is regarding the Law Commission's decision to ask citizens about their view on uniform civil code. But before knowing what is said in the editorial section, let us know about the Law Commission of India and about the uniform civil code. First is regarding Law Commission of India. See, it is a non-statutory body and the Government of India constitutes it from time to time. The commission is established for a fixed tenure and know that it works as an advisory body to the Ministry of Law and Justice. If you take the functions, the primary function of the Law Commission is to identify obsolete laws. That is, these are the laws which are no longer relevant and not in harmony with the existing environment. And other laws which require changes are also identified by the Law Commission. Secondly, it suggests suitable measures for quick redressal of citizens' grievances in the field of law. Then the Law Commission enables the poor to take benefits out of the legal process. Likewise, it examines the laws for promoting gender equality as well. However, know that the recommendations of the Law Commission are not binding on the government. And they are only recommendations, and the government or any concerned department may accept or they can even reject these recommendations. Now coming to the establishments of Law Commission, the first Law Commission was established during the British era. That was in the year 1834. It was established by the Charter Act of 1833 and it was chaired by Lord Macaulay. Then in the year 1955, the first Law Commission of Independent India was established for a 3-year term. Since then, 21 more commissions have been established. And in 2015, the 21st Law Commission of India was established, where its tenure was up to the month of August of 2018. And in the year 2020, the Union Cabinet approved the creation of 22nd Law Commission. Last year only, the Government of India constituted the 22nd Law Commission of India with the former Karnataka High Court Chief Justice Rituraj Avasthi as its chairperson. Now coming to Uniform Civil Code, at present several aspects of personal lives like marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption and maintenance are governed by personal laws. The personal laws are based on scriptures and customs of the religion and they are separate for different religious communities. But here the Uniform Civil Code will replace these personal laws and will bring in a uniform civil law. The uniform law will be applicable to all citizens irrespective of their religion. And know that the demand for Uniform Civil Code was first put forward by women activists in the beginning of 20th century. Their main objective was to ensure women's rights, equality and secularism. Also, the Constituent Assembly had put the Uniform Civil Code under the DPSP, having considered the Uniform Civil Code as desirable but voluntary. Now, if we take the advantages of implementing UCC, first of all, it will bring equality. See, India is a secular democracy and a common civil and personal law in India would ensure equality among all its citizens irrespective of their religion, class, caste, gender, etc. Then it will also reduce gender discrimination. Personal laws of almost all religions are discriminatory towards women. Men are usually granted upper status in personal laws. So, Uniform Civil Code will bring both men and women at par and they would ultimately reduce discrimination against women. By this way, it will promote gender equality and ensure welfare of women. Then the other point is regarding the societal reforms. Existing personal laws are mainly based on the patriarchal notion of the society in all religions. Here, the UCC will remove such patriarchal notions by destroying their sanctity. Then the third point is the simplification of legal matters. UCC will simplify the cumbersome legal matters governed by personal laws. It will also help in speedy disposal of cases and reduce burden on the judiciary. The final point is the national integration. A uniform civil code will eliminate the scope of politicization of issues of special privileges that are enjoyed by the communities on the basis of their religious personal laws. Now, coming to the challenges that are faced in the implementation of UCC, India is a diverse country, and diverse personal laws and customary practices will be a challenge for implementing the UCC. There is a huge diversity in the customary practices among communities across India. This makes uniformity very difficult to achieve. Further, a vast portion of personal laws lacks codification, and moreover, enforcing uniformity will interfere with these practices. For example, Special Marriage Act of 1954 prohibits marriage between first cousins. This is a common practice in some communities in India. Similarly, marriage between second cousins is more acceptable and prevalent among communities in southern India compared to the north. Then the second challenge is regarding the false perception. There are still false perception about the UCC among the communities. This makes a rational debate on its implementation quite difficult. Then the third factor is the violation of fundamental rights. There is an apprehension that the Uniform Civil Code may be in conflict with the fundamental rights of freedom of conscience, practice and propagation of religion, which is set in the Article 25. And few believe that they would even violate the freedom to manage religious affairs, which are listed under Article 26 of the Constitution. Then the next factor is the political willpower. The judiciary has asked the government multiple times to enact a UCC, but the government lacks the will to face the consequences of abolishing the personal laws of the religion and to convince the people about the benefits of UCC. Now, coming back to the article, the editorial comments that Law Commission's decision to ask people's opinion on Uniform Civil Code appears to be a political initiative, and added that this decision of Law Commission could be aimed at bringing the potentially divisive issue under focus when elections are round the corner. Here you must know the 21st Commission released a consultation paper in the year 2018. According to this paper, the 21st Law Commission preferred Uniform Civil Code was neither necessary nor desirable at that stage. Further, the report argued rather than enforcing uniformity in laws governing religion, there has to be more focus on initiatives to reform the various personal laws. And such initiatives should be resulting in the elimination of all forms of discrimination within the personal laws. In short, the previous Law Commission report emphasized non-discrimination over uniformity. In rest of the editorial part, it talks about the negatives and disadvantages of introducing a uniform civil code, which we already discussed elaborately. So from this news article, we saw about Law Commission of India and also advantages and disadvantages associated with Uniform Civil Code. So with this, let us close this topic here. Second topic, culture shift. Recently, the United States said that it was rejoining the UNESCO. What happened in the year 2017 is that the Trump administration withdrew their membership from UNESCO, and that was not a sudden move at all. Earlier itself, there was a tension between US and UNESCO as the Obama administration stopped funding to UNESCO in the year 2011 itself. The reason for the US return is that many officials have stated that the US absence in UNESCO had only helped China gain more influence in setting the rules around artificial intelligence and the ensuing technological shift. And know that this is the first time that China has been pointed out as a reason for US re-entry into UNESCO. And the editorial says that during the pandemic in 2020, President Trump announced the US withdrawal from funding the WHO also. That was the year when he moved to withdraw the US from Paris Agreement also. In the case of WHO, the case was over its inadequate response time to the gravity of pandemic originating in China. Following political change, the President Joseph Biden has now brought the US back into the fold of funding WHO as well as rejoining the climate treaty. This is the recent news now. From prelims point of view, let us know about UNESCO, WHO and about Paris Treaty. First, let us see about UNESCO. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization is a specialized agency of United Nations that was outlined in the Constitution signed in the year 1945. Know that it promotes international collaboration in education, science and culture to promote peace. Its headquarters is in Paris, France. If we take the member countries, it has 195 member countries and it pursues its objective through 5 major programs. They are education, natural sciences, social and human sciences, culture, communication and information. Then if we take the important reports published by UNESCO, they are Global Education Monitoring Report and Gender Parity Index. Now coming to the functions part, UNESCO seeks to build peace through international cooperation in education, science and culture. Then UNESCO's programs contribute to the achievement of sustainable development goals which are defined in the Agenda 2030. Then thirdly, it aims at assisting, supporting and complementing the national efforts of a nation state to eliminate illiteracy and to extend free education. Then UNESCO also seeks to encourage the free exchange of ideas and knowledge by organizing conferences and providing clearinghouse and exchange services. Besides its support of educational and science programs, UNESCO is also involved in effort to protect the natural environment and humanity's common cultural heritage. Besides this, UNESCO is known for its World Heritage Mission, which encourages world countries to protect natural and cultural heritage site. Then UNESCO also leads the Man and Biosphere program for protecting biosphere reserves across the world. Know that 12 of the 18 India's biosphere reserves are part of World Network of Biosphere Reserves based on the UNESCO Man and Biosphere program list. Now coming to WHO, World Health Organization is a specialized agency of UN which was established in 1948. Then WHO is the first global health organization established in 1948, replacing many regional and national health bodies. Its primary role is to direct and coordinate international health within the United Nations system. Know that its headquarters is present in Geneva, which is in Switzerland. Now, if we take the member countries, all member countries of the UN may become members of WHO by accepting its constitution. Other countries may be admitted as members when their application has been approved by simple majority vote of the World Health Assembly. Know that 194 members of WHO are grouped according to 6 regions. Now, if we take the aim of WHO, it aims to enhance international cooperation for improving public health conditions. Each year, WHO celebrates its date of establishment, that is April 7, 1948, as World Health Day. Now, if we take the functions of WHO, its specific tasks include epidemic control, quarantine measures, and drug standardization. Also, WHO promotes the attainment of highest possible level of health by people. Then, coming to the World Health Assembly, the World Health Assembly is the decision-making body of WHO. It is attended by the delegations from all WHO member states and focuses on specific health agenda prepared by the executive board. The main functions of the World Health Assembly are to determine the policies of the organization, appoint the Director General, supervise financial policies and approve the proposed program budget. Now coming to the reports which are published by WHO, some of the important reports are World Health Report, Global Nutrition Report, World Vision Report, Ambient Air Pollution Report, then World Report on Hearing. Now if we take the Paris Agreement, which is mentioned in the editorial, see, it is an agreement within the UNFCCC dealing with greenhouse gas emission mitigation, adaptation and finance starting in the year 2020. This Paris Accord is considered as a turning point for global climate policy. Then if we take the aim of the Paris Accord, the central aim is to strengthen the global response to the threat of climate change. This is done by keeping the global temperature rise well below 2 degrees Celsius this century compared to pre-industrial levels. Then it further aims at pursuing efforts to limit the temperature increase even further to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Then know that the agreement, which is the Paris Agreement, aims to increase the ability of countries to deal with the impacts of climate change. Finally, it also aims at making financial flows consistent with the pathway towards low greenhouse gas emissions. Some of the important points to remember with regard to Paris Agreement is that the Paris Agreement was adopted by 195 countries at the 21st conference of UNFCCC. This was adopted in the year 2015 itself, and know that the Paris Agreement came into force on 2016, but as of June 2017, 195 countries have signed the agreement, but only 148 countries have ratified it. So these are the facts regarding Paris Agreement. So with this, let us move to the next topic. Third topic, are non-communicable diseases increasing in India? This article highlights data from study relating to non-communicable diseases. First, let us know what is NCD, then let us know about the study. Non-communicable diseases. See, NCD are diseases that are not spread through infection or through other people. Rather, they are caused by unhealthy behaviors. Know that NCD are one of the leading cause of death worldwide and present a huge threat to health and development, particularly in low and middle income countries. See, there are 4 types of non-communicable diseases which accounts for over 2/3 of deaths globally. They are cardiovascular disease, cancers, diabetes, and chronic respiratory diseases. Also, NCDs share 4 major risk factors. They occur mainly because of the use of tobacco, physical inactivity, the harmful use of alcohol, and unhealthy diets. Here, more than 3/4 of all NCD deaths and 86% of the 17 million people who die prematurely occur in low and middle income countries only. This premature mortality in the year 2019 was primarily caused by neonatal disorders followed by heart disease, stroke, and lower respiratory infections. Then iron deficiency has remained the leading cause of years lived with disability for both men and women since 1990. In addition to it, low birth weight alongside short gestation and particulate matter pollution has remained the leading contributor to the overall disease burden since 1990s. Then know that NCDs like stroke, chronic kidney disease were among the 10 leading causes of years of life lost in the year 2019. Now coming back to the study, according to the study, in the year 2021, it found that India has 101 million people with diabetes and 136 million people with pre-diabetes. Additionally, 315 million people had high blood pressure, while 254 million had generalized obesity. And many such data are provided in the report indicating rise in NCD in India. This decade-long nationwide study was funded by the ICMR and Department of Health Research that functions under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Know that the study was coordinated by the Madras Diabetes Research Foundation. The significance of the study is that it is the first comprehensive research paper that includes participants from 31 states and some union territories, and with a large sample size of approximately 1,13,000 people. From this study, we can see diabetes and other metabolical non-communicable diseases such as hypertension, obesity are becoming more common in India. And secondly, urban regions are registering higher rates of all metabolic NCDs than rural areas. But now, know that with the exception of pre-diabetes, rural India will see a diabetes explosion in the next 5 years if it is left unregulated. This is what the study says. The study also highlights the interstate and intrastate regional variations. For instance, the highest diabetes prevalence was found in the states of Goa, Puducherry, and Kerala, while pre-diabetes was prevalent in Sikkim. Hypertension was highest in Punjab. Then if we take generalized obesity and abdominal obesity, its prevalence is highest in Puducherry. then know that the lower prevalence of NCDs are found in UP, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Jharkhand. With all these data, the study gives us an early warning that if NCD is not controlled, then this present population will become vulnerable to NCDs and other life-altering medical conditions, including strokes. So this is what the news article is all about. So from this news article, we saw about NCD and the study which talks about the data regarding rise of non-communicable diseases in India. So with this, let us close this topic here. Fourth topic, reflections on artificial intelligence as friend or foe. See, artificial intelligence has been dominating the headlines for quite some time. It appears in news considering both the benefits as well as dangers associated with artificial intelligence. Several leading AI experts and thinkers have been part of different cautionary measures and messages about AI. But before knowing about the concerns and the areas of concerns and about the experts' opinion, let us know about AI first. What is this artificial intelligence? See, AI is a way of making a computer or a computer-controlled robot or software perform like human beings. The term was first coined in the year 1956 by John McCarthy. It refers to the ability of machines to perform cognitive tasks like thinking, perceiving, learning, problem solving and decision making. See, there are two subsets under the umbrella term AI. They are machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning involves the use of algorithms to parse data and learn from it. This enables making a determination or prediction, whereas the deep learning is a technique for implementing machine learning. Now, if we take the scope or the applications of AI, in case of agriculture, application of AI in agriculture can help in increasing crop yield by providing real-time advisory, early detection of pest attacks, precision farming, etc. Now, if we take the healthcare, AI can be used in diagnosis, treatment, design, imaging diagnosis, early detection of disease outbreaks, virtual nurse assistance, etc. Example, researchers at an Oxford hospital developed AI that can diagnose scans for heart disease and lung cancer. Then in case of education, AI can be used for developing tools for customized learning, interactive and intelligent tutoring systems. For example, predicting dropouts. Then in case of urban planning, it can be used for optimizing infrastructures in cities, crowd management, cybersecurity, public safety, waste management, etc. Example, in Kerala, engineers have developed sewer cleaning robots to put an end to manual scavenging. Then in the case of transportation, AI can be used in developing AI-based traffic management systems, including sensors, CCTV cameras, plate recognition cameras, speed detection cameras, etc. Then in case of energy sector, AI can be used in energy system modeling, predictive analysis, renewable management, building energy efficient buildings, etc. Then a big moment for AI was the release of ChatGPT in the month of November 2022. The ChatGPT is a generative AI tool that uses a large language model to generate text. In the next subtopic, the AI article discusses the dangers associated with artificial intelligence. See, AI tools are relatively easy to build. So even narrow AI tools can cause serious harm with malicious intent. For instance, large language model can generate believable untruths as fake news and create deep mental anguish leading to self-harm. With that, the public opinion can also be manipulated to affect the democratic elections. Then you should know that AI tools work globally, transcending boundaries and barriers. So even any individual wrongs can instantly impact the globe. Government may even approve or support such actions against enemies, and moreover, as of now, we have no effective defense against such malicious human behavior. Secondly, it is said that AI may end up harming some sections more than others unintentionally, despite the best intentions of their creators. This is because these systems are created using machine learning from data all around the world and can sometimes reflect the shortcomings of these data. Thereby, they may introduce asymmetric behaviors that go against certain groups. For instance, there was a study which showed that there was a shortcoming of camera-based face recognition system. In that, the recognition system have been shown to be more accurate on fair-skinned men than on dark-skinned women. So such problems can also occur because of AI. Then if we take other challenges associated with AI, first is that a proper AI-based system requires massive computational capacity, which means more data centers have to be created, and so it requires huge investments for that. Second point is that AI will increase digital exclusion in all spheres, including the exclusion of societies and nations. Further, global investments also likely to shift to countries where AI-related work is already established. Also, a report published in The Guardian highlighted how AI-driven algorithms can be affecting racial and gender stereotypes and thus lead to exclusionary decisions, which we discussed earlier. Third point is that there are fears that AI will result in less demand for human resources. It is not a good sign for India that has a huge population of young people. So it will reduce desk jobs such as accountants, financial traders, and middle managers. Then finally, the most important concern with AI is the concern of data privacy. The AI algorithm will improve only with the access to more data. So it will lead to the constant utilization of our digital footprints with or without our knowledge. So scandals like Cambridge Analytica are an example of such a violation of privacy. Taking all these into mind, the author suggests systematic evaluation of their shortcomings and efficacy in Indian situation. And then based on these studies, we can establish mechanisms of checks and balances before large-scale deployment of AI systems. So from this article, we saw what is AI and the dangers associated with the AI, as well as other points regarding the advantages of AI. So this is what the opinion section has to convey regarding AI. So with this, let us move to the final topic of the day. Fifth and the final topic, India to buy 31 MQ9 Reaper UAVs, announcement during PM's US trip. The news is that the Defense Acquisition Council approved the procurement of 31 armed MQ9 Reaper UAVs from General Atomics. And the deal is now awaiting final approval from the Cabinet Committee on Security, and it is expected to be announced during the next week's Prime Minister visit to US. From this topic, let us know about the MQ Reaper UAV. See, MQ9 Reaper is also known as Predator B. It is an unmanned aerial vehicle capable of remotely controlled or autonomous flight operations. Know that it is developed by the General Atomics Aeronautical Systems primarily for the United States Air Force. Also, it is remotely operated by two-person team consisting of a pilot and an aircrew member who operates sensors and guides weapons. As of now, the US uses the MQ9 Reaper for both surveillance and strikes. If you take the features of the UAV, it is 11 meter long with a wingspan of over 22 meters. Secondly, Reapers can be armed with the air-to-ground Hellfire missiles as well as laser-guided bombs. It carries as many as 16 Hellfire missiles, equivalent to the payload capacity of an Apache helicopter. Know that it can fly at an altitude up to 50,000 feet and can even wait and aim over targets for over 27 hours. Its top speed is 275 miles per hour. These are few important facts about MQ9 Reaper UAV. Here you must know that Indian Navy had the major requirement for these platforms, which is said to be significantly enhancing its maritime surveillance capability over the Indian Ocean region. And adding to that, now Indian Navy can also reduce the stress on P-8I maritime patrol aircraft. So that is all about the article. With this, let us close the news articles discussion here and move to the prelims practice questions. See, the two questions that we are going to discuss now has appeared in the year 2021 in civil services exams, preliminary exams. So kindly listen. First question, consider the following statements. The first statement says the governor of the RBI is appointed by central government. Second statement, certain provisions in the Constitution of India gives the central government the right to issue directions to the RBI in public interest. Third statement, the governor of the RBI draws its power from the RBI Act. So which of the above statements are correct? The options given are option A 1 and 2 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1 and 3 only, option D 1, 2 and 3. See, the governor as well as the deputy governors of the RBI are appointed by the central government. So the first statement is correct. The second statement says Constitution of India gives central government certain powers to issue directions to the RBI. This is wrong because there is no such provisions in the Constitution, and as per the section 7 of the RBI Act, the central government gives direction to the banks after consulting the governor of the bank. So the second statement is wrong. If we remove second statement alone, we can come to the conclusion that option C is the correct answer. So let us see the third option also. See, the governor and in his absence, the deputy governor has the power of general superintendence and direction of the affairs, and only the governor as well as the deputy governor of the RBI shall exercise powers which are drawn from the RBI Act. So this is also correct. So the answer for this question is option C 1 and 3 only. Now coming to the second question, consider the following. First, foreign currency convertible bonds. Second, foreign institutional investment with certain conditions. Third, global depository receipts. 4, non-residential external deposits. Which of the above can be included in foreign direct investments? This is the question. And the options given are option A 1, 2 and 3, option B 3 only, option C 2 and 4, option D 1 and 4. See, this is a direct fact-based question. In the capital account of the balance of payment, we can classify the capital account into investments, borrowings and external assistance. So the investments includes equity flows in the economy as well as foreign currency convertible bonds, foreign institutional investments with certain conditions, and also global depository receipts. So all these three options, 1, 2 and 3 statements will come under the foreign direct investments. So the answer for this question is option A 1, 2 and 3. And know that the non-residential external deposits are debt creating flows in the balance of payment accounts, and therefore they are not part of foreign direct investments. So the correct answer for this question is option A 1, 2 and 3. With this, let us wind up our discussion. If you can understand the way I am teaching and if you can understand the concepts well, please like, share, comment and subscribe to ForumIAS Academy in various social media platforms for further update. Thank you.